What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some more news concerning Dillian, the body snatcher, White. And he says Povetkin is a better opponent than Andy Ruiz. Okay, let me let you guys listen to what he had to say. He said, "It looks like it's going to be Povetkin," said White to Sky Sports. "I think he's a better opponent than Andy Ruiz because one thing about Povetkin, he will come in shape and he will be motivated to fight. I just want to get a high-level guy to fight." Okay. All right. Well, let me counterpunch old Dillian White. I disagree 100%. Okay? Let's say 75%. Because I know what he's trying to do, and I know his angle. Okay? Povetkin is, what, 41 years old? 40? Let's see. He is 40 years old. September 2nd, 1979. Okay, September 2nd. His birthday is like a month before mine. But anyhow, he's 40 years old, 6'2", 228 pounds. Wingspan of 6'3", okay. And he claims that Alexander Povetkin is a better fighter than Andy Ruiz. Now, he went for the in-shape bid with Povetkin, knowing Povetkin is in better shape, but at the expense of age, okay? Povetkin is 40 years old, okay? And Dillian White is what, 32? 31? How old is Dillian White? 31 years old. Now, Andy Ruiz is 30. I know his age. He just turned 30. He'll be 31 this year. Age plays a factor in any fight. Dillian White having 9 years, the advantage, the age advantage. 9-year senior for Alexander. Due to his performance, and it wasn't because Povetkin looked bad, he just gassed out because he's getting older. He doesn't have the stamina that he used to. His reflexes diminished. You could tell in the Hunter fight. When he fought Hunter, he was getting the best of Hunter. He was hurting Hunter. You know, those lunging left hooks he has, the savage uppercuts and the mid-range work he does on the inside. Yes, he's known for that. He rocked Anthony Joshua when he fought Joshua a couple years ago. Okay? So even then, he ran out of gas against Joshua. That's why Joshua was able to catch up with him and catch him long range, catch him with a left hook, right? And put him out of his misery eventually. He took him out, but that was after Povetkin started slowing down. He wasn't the same fighter he was in the first 6 rounds, and he was in the 7th. Okay, he started losing speed, and we can see a trend with Povetkin. Povetkin will come in fight. He will come in hungry, sharp, aggressive. He will throw those hooks like he knows how to do, but there is a time limit on that. He only has so much of that in the tank. Okay, the Hunter fight showed me 100%. So regardless of what Dillian White's saying about Povetkin being a better fighter than Andy Ruiz, maybe 5 years ago. Now let's bring it down a notch. If Alexander Povetkin was 35 years of age, yes, that would be a totally different fight for Dillian White. But he's 40 years old. Dude, so is Luis Ortiz. Now, see, this is getting to the point where it's ridiculous because I know the angle. And let me explain the angle. The angle is Dillian White's pissed off at Andy Ruiz for pretty much ducking. We good. I understand that. But don't lie on the dude. Don't lie on the situation. There's a reason he wanted Andy Ruiz, Alexander Povetkin, and possibly another opponent. Why? Because Andy Ruiz was that first go-to guy. He was that first choice. Okay, it wasn't Povetkin. Povetkin's name was mentioned, but if he was so much better than Andy Ruiz, why didn't he go and get the and try to get that fight with Povetkin first if he was so much better? Come on, man. We know already better than that. You know, and I know Dillian White, you can tell he gets petty at times by throwing that in there. Oh, he's a better fighter anyway. No, he's not a better fighter anyway. You know? Yes, 5 years ago, yes, but age is a factor. You know, the reflexes, he doesn't have the stamina like he used to. He'll give Dillian White a good fight for a while, and how dare him talk about someone in shape? I know everything that went on in the last 6 months of last year, and it was very stressful for Dillian White. I understand that. The WBC, we beat crooks, all that. I get it. But that is no excuse. That shows that that alone had you not training the way you're supposed to because you came in looking like a black Michelin man. So he can't talk about Andy Ruiz unless he talks about himself. And that's real talk. Because if he's sitting there saying, oh, because he's going to come into shape. Well, if he's going to come into shape, why didn't you come into shape fighting your opponent? Now, see, if Wok had some punching power, Dillian White, if Wok had the punching power that Oscar Rivas had, his ass would have been out of there. And I've said it before, I'll say it again. If he would have rematched Oscar Rivas looking the way he looked, he would have got his ass whooped. That knockdown in the 9th round would have happened in the 2nd or 3rd. That's real talk. You know, that's my counterpunch on that because I know what he's doing. He's pissed at Andy because Andy pissed away an opportunity like most PBC fighters do. That's no surprise. But you can't say your second choice is better than your first. That makes no sense at all. None. Okay? You're talking about, you're hyping up a 40-year-old guy. He's going to come in shape. Yeah, okay. You know, I mean, are you getting like the PBC guys? Are you hyping up a guy that you know is not better than the guy you really wanted to fight? You got to be real about it. Like, we got to look on all sides because that's what it's sounding like. Now he's all of a sudden talking about Povetkin. The same way, let's say, for example, Gervonta Tank Davis was taking on Yuriorkis Gamboa. Like, and saying it, Yuriorkis is a tough opponent. He's this. Yeah, he was tough, but fuck, he's 35 years old. Fighting someone, what, 24, 25? No, he's 38. As a matter of fact, he ain't 35. He's 38 years old. You know, but that's what they do. They're trying to hype this fight up. Well, if he gets past Yuriorkis Gamboa. What do you mean if he gets past Yuriorkis? Yuriorkis done. Y'all know he's done. So don't try to hype up that guy. But that's what they do, make something small big. And that's what Dillian White's doing right now. Povetkin, oh, he's a decent opponent, but he ain't better than Ruiz. And there's no guarantee that Ruiz will come into the shape that he had. It depends on what Ruiz we're talking about. That's a big question mark. But at the end of the day, Dillian White has some nerve talking about somebody in shape. He's the last person that should be saying that due to his last performance. Okay? And it's not